First true SEC road test for Alabama. It won't be easy for them. Kentucky will take this game into the second half, maybe even into the fourth quarter, but I think Alabama wins it in a close one.
Alabama may be playing as well as any team in the country. I don't think Kentucky will be able to stay with them, not long. Go with the Crimson Tide.
I think it's going to be tougher than normal for Alabama to win this game on the road. I think they will, but just by about 10 or 14 points.
Alabama hits the road for the first time against in hostile environment. They did have that region road game in the Georgia Dome, but not in a hostile environment like this one. It won't matter. The Crimson Tide is still too good and too much for Kentucky.
Shouldn't be any trouble for Alabama to win up there. The only distracting part might be all the blue grass that's up there. Although I was up in Kentucky this summer, the grass is really green. They don't tell you that though.
Maybe the game of the week this week in the SEC. And I'll go with Auburn to surprise the Vols in Knoxville.
Pretty much a toss-up here. Auburn a little more talent. Tennessee's got the big home field advantage. But I'm going to go with Auburn on this one. Go with the Tigers.
Auburn's had a great start to the year, but they hadn't faced a defense like Tennessee. Not that Tennessee's that great, but I'm going to pick against Auburn.
After 4 straight wins at home against mediocre competition, Gene Chizik's Tigers head to Knoxville in the Neyland Stadium. Hostile environment big time. Could be an interesting game. Whoever has the ball last probably going to win this one.
This game has the makings of an interesting one. I'm going to go with Auburn, but I think it's going to be a close game that could go either way.
We'll have to wait to Tuesday to see who wins this game in the Sun Belt. It won't be, again, this will be a 4-quarter game. I like Troy to win at home.
When the lights come on with ESPN rolling, Troy usually plays pretty good. I think they'll do so again. In a shootout, go with the Trojans.
Probably the game of the year in the Sun Belt. Troy's beaten them the last 3 times. I still think they have a little bit of the upper hand talent-wise, and they seem to play well at home on ESPN. So pick the Trojans.
2 of the best offenses in the Sun Belt Conference. Should shape up as a great offensive shootout. Could be whoever has the ball last and wins this one. I'm going to go with Middle Tennessee. Their offense seems to be just a little bit better.
Look for Troy to defend the home turf. I think they'll get their second conference win of the year.
Great battle between the hedges coming up. I like Georgia to eliminate some of the mistakes that they've been kind of hurting themselves with. And I'll take Georgia in a close game in Athens.
LSU almost got upset at Mississippi State last Saturday. They'll play better this week in Athens. Go with LSU in a tough one.
I think LSU's undefeated season is going to come to an end here. Georgia's been playing great since the first week of the season, and Georgia wins at home. 2
teams that have seen their share of close games go at it in Athens Sanford Stadium. In a hunch, I'm going to go with the Bulldogs at home.
Georgia is playing at home, so that must be why I circled Georgia.
Like this intersectional matchup here. I applaud both teams for scheduling it, but I'll take Oklahoma on the road at Miami. Miami may be slow to come back after such a tough loss last week.
I wasn't sold on Miami even though they played so well early in the season. They got beat last week. They're going to get beat again. Go with Oklahoma.
I think Oklahoma might get Sam Bradford back, but Miami's just such a good team at home. I think Miami's going to pull off the upset.
This game shapes up as a very interesting one, particularly if Sam Bradford is able to play. Miami has played well, particularly at home. They lost last week on the road. I still think Oklahoma has a little too much firepower.
Miami obviously got whooped a good bit last week. Oklahoma lost early, but they're playing better now. So look for Oklahoma to win down there in Miami.